Alright, this video is titled Top 10 Most Scariest Doorbell Camera Moments Ever Recorded. Let's go.
This first video was captured in the middle
God.
of the night at an apartment complex in Toledo, O. The doorbell footage shows a man knocking on the front door with what looks like a firearm in
This
his
is also a
waistband.
mukbang.
Now the owner
gotta
of
turn
the
the death
apartment
counter
didn't
off.
recognize the man, so she would question who it was. The unknown man would simply respond with "It's me." The homeowner would then
It's
further
me.
question his response, but rather than clarifying, he would simply give a way through the front door.
See, I don't know if I want a Ring camera, because I don't know if I want to catch any of this shit. Was that a gun?
However, it would not be enough to get the homeowner to open it, so you would ultimately walk off. Disturbingly, as he does
Same
so,
for me.
a second man pops up from a nearby dumpster and also walks off. But
What?
this wouldn't be the end of it.
No.
The two would then walk around to the back door, where they would attempt to pick its lock.
Bro.
The police were called, and when they arrived, the two were gone. Fortunately, unsuccessful in getting the door open. It's not 100% clear what the 2-minute planned. The almost empty-looking backpack at the first guy suggests they had planned to rob the place. But it's also possible they had much worse intentions. The two
Probably.
of them have
Dude
yet
looks
to
like a
be
fucking
identified
creep.
by police. The homeowner in Texas would wake up one morning to find the gate into his backyard wide open.
Big Mac.
Curious, the man would review the cameras he had around his house, and this is the sign he was met with.
Oh, shit.
A man holding a knife and in a clown costume, complete with the suit and mask,
No.
casually walks around the property, looking inside the house and testing all the doors.
You're getting shot. I don't care. You will get shot. See, why do people do this? Like, is this guy actually a serial killer, or is this like a prank? Because, bro, what?
This will, of course, take place in 2016.
Sorry about the
during
mouse.
that sort of killer clown craze that went on for a few months. Looking back, most people that participated in that were most likely just having fun trying to scare people. But there's no denying that others took advantage of the situation, genuinely attempting some pretty horrific crimes hidden under a clown mask, with this likely being one of those cases. It's clear the person in the costume is actually trying to break into the house with a knife. Though after being unsuccessful, the clown would eventually walk off, and despite a police report, that would be the end of it. Ultimately, the homeowner would be left with nothing but this disturbing footage.
Hell no. See, I'm the type of person that needs closure on something. Like, if some dude's going around my house, especially in a clown costume with a fucking knife, there's no chance I'm just gonna sit there with that footage and do nothing. I'm either gonna A, move out, or I'm just gonna fucking take matters into my own hands. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna put a sign on my front door. You will be shot. Dogs are ready. Taser equipped. Knife equipped. Screwdriver equipped. Doors locked. Don't try it. Nothing to sell. That's what I would do.
Captured in Colorado in the middle of the night. The issue 3 mountain lions appearing from the darkness and starting to walk around a set of houses. They were captured even going as far as to walk up onto the porch of one of the houses. Mountain
Imagine
lion
you're like,
sightings
oh,
are no
I gotta go
lot
get my
further in
mail.
mountains where they have easier access to the deer that they prey on. To see them in an area with a lot of people, especially in the neighborhood, is not at all common, at least in this area. The 3 cans would eventually walk off.
Sorry if you guys hear me
But
eating.
there are almost no doubt things would have gone differently had one of these homeowners left their pets outside for the night, or possibly were even outside themselves.
But this is a mukbang.
This doorbell camera footage was captured in Overland Park, KS, in March of 2017. Shown in the video is a nearby active house fire. The home of the neighborhood just
Holy
across the street
smokes.
has been completely engulfed in flames. As the fire department arrives, Neighbors can be seen desperately moving their parked cars away from the house.
Dude.
Eventually, a flaming piece of debris can be seen falling and landing on a set of bushes just in front of the camera.
What? It just like flew away? It's on fire! Yo! Mother Nature, you're getting greedy.
The bushes quickly burst into flames. The fire starts spreading quickly, but before it's able to get out of hand, a neighbor notices it and attempts to put it out. He grabs a garden hose and sprays the fire while pressing the house's doorbell. However, the owner of the house isn't home and frantically tries to communicate this through the doorbell speaker.
What? Okay. Terrible response from this guy. There was a tiny little fire out in the front porch. Like, yeah, it's scary. It sucks. But you're like, your house is on fire. What a fucking idiot. Like, you see... No, actually, what an idiot. He's like, your house is on fire. You look at that, you're like, oh shit, wait, what? And then you're like, oh no.
In the end, the fire department would be able to put out the house fire, and with help from the neighbors, prevent it from spreading to nearby houses. This video was posted by Doorbell News in September of 2022.
Oh, no.
What do you mean by that?
This video shows a man knocking on the door at 3 a.m. He pounds on the door multiple times. This guy needs some help, but it's 3 in the morning and he needs to go away. He asks the homeowner to come to the door and talk to him.
No, why are you turned away?
Can you come talk to me, please?
Did he just get out of jail? Like, that's not... I'm not
no
trying
reply
to...
from the homeowner.
Oh.
The guy went
I
into
thought...
the street.
Okay. Let me clear this up. I thought it was orange pants. Okay, that wasn't...
And started looking for a lift. Then he comes again and starts pounding on the door. He gets aggressive and starts yelling. The homeowner called the police. I don't know what he was looking for, but it was bizarre behavior. Historical footage was recorded just before 4:00 a.m. on a night in August 2020. The video captures an unidentified man walking in front of a house and emptying a gas container over the yard and front porch.
No.
Shortly after he disappears off screen,
Boom, boom.
a large fire erupts just in front of the camera.
Oh my gosh! What the fuck?
No one would be injured during the incident, however. Unfortunately, 2 houses and a vehicle would be damaged. The homeowner would claim to have no idea who could be responsible or who would even consider doing this to them. At least from an outside perspective, the act looks completely random with seemingly no reason behind it, making the clip all the more unsettling. On a night in September of 2021, a homeowner would get a suspicious knock on his door at about 3:00 in the morning. Upon opening his phone and looking at his doorbell
creepy
camera,
night owls.
he would see 2 would look like teenagers identifying themselves as CPD or Columbus Police Department.
ask you a couple questions.
The video shows the man in the front clearly holding a firearm, and the house sitter would eventually access the doorbell camera speaker to further question him.
Can I help you? CPD, we need to ask you a couple questions. I'm sorry? CPD, we need to ask you a couple questions. May you please step to the front door, please? CPD. Yes, this is CPD. We would like you to step to the door, please. Can I see a badge? We would like you to step to the door, please, sir. I don't have to show you a badge, sir.
The man refuses to show a badge because, well, obviously, he doesn't have one. The homeowner knew what was going on, so rather than stepping to the door, he would call the real police department and report 2 armed men at his front door. After a couple of minutes, the 2 would once again attempt to get the homeowner to open the door. But after that failed, and they would run off before the real police could show up.
Dude, stop trying. Sorry about the fries. Why is my game thing still on? Death counter.
The 2 were most likely just looking to rob the man when he opened the door. But I mean, it's possible they had worse intentions in mind. There's just no way of knowing for sure. Both of them were never identified by police. In May of 2018, a woman would leave her parts car that was just outside her house unlocked overnight. Not surprisingly, someone would find the unlocked car and proceed to steal multiple items that were owned by the woman. A few hours later, the man responsible for the theft would be caught on the woman's doorbell camera attempting to use her set of keys that he had just stolen to unlock her house's front door.
What? First of all, you gotta take better care of your shit.
This all took place while the house owner was home and sleeping, but luckily the set of keys he had stolen didn't have a house key on it, so the guy just ended up walking off. Had the set of keys contained a house key, things most likely would have ended much differently.
Oh yeah.
Shown in this doorbell camera footage is an unknown man wearing an oddly disturbing mask. As he walks up to the door, his emotions alert the camera.
Wait,
to
whoa,
start
whoa, 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 whoa,
recording.
whoa, 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 whoa. Go back.
As he walks up to the door,
I swear that's not me. Like, that is not me.
his emotions alert the camera to start recording. And that's when you can see him grab the door handle, realize it's locked, and hesitantly knock on the door. The man would wait for only a few seconds before he would pull his sleeve over his hand and wipe off his fingerprints from the door handle before walking off.
This guy's professional.
Around a minute later, the homeowner would come to the door and now see the man across the street sitting in a car. When she yelled down to him to see what he wanted, he would quickly speed off. The homeowner would later state that she had no idea who this man could have been or what he was doing there. The fact that he removed his own fingerprints
now
from
I'm
the door
full.
handle suggests that he had most likely given them to the police at some point. It's not completely unreasonable to conclude that this man had some sort of criminal record. Something else of note is that someone's heavy object can be seen weighing down his front pocket. It's not clear what this is, and more importantly, it's not clear who this man is. The mask would ultimately
How do we know it's a man? Alright. How do we know that that person is a man? You cannot just assume that because it's a criminal, it's a man. Women do crime all the time.
make it impossible for police to identify both the man's identity and his intentions. In July of 2021,
Now that's a man.
Amanda Noack updated her Facebook with an alarming video. She took this video from her Ring doorbell. As she set in for sleep, someone rang her doorbell. She checked the app, only to see a man with gray hair and a full-grown gray beard presently knocking on her door and ringing the bell. Amanda didn't recognize this man, so she ignored the knocking, but the stranger didn't leave. As well as knocking, he kept repeating he wanted to talk to her and had questions for her.
Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you.
What is that voice?
Are you sure?
Oh, you schizo.
I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you.
Last bite of
Are you
Big
sure?
Mac.
What? Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you positive?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Dude.
Are you absolutely certain?
When she was home alone, she called her husband to tell him what was happening and called 911. So Amanda's husband accessed the camera from his
Just
phone
say
and
the
saw
number.
man. Ignoring him wasn't doing the trick, so he decided to talk to him using the speaker.
How are you? What?
Ow.
Yeah? Are you sure? Who are you? Hey, I just had a couple questions. I just wanted to ask you about Yeah, can you hear me?
Dude, this voice.
What I'm looking for is for the girl that's in the house to come out here because I'm gonna take her in. You have her over the door? You're raping the girl that's on the other side of the store when she lets me in. I want to rape her and kill her, so I have a knife, a gun.
Nah.
And I just want to knock on the door again.
Dude. I mean, how else can you put it? I don't care. I know they want you to call the police. And I know they're like, you know, yada yada yada. If I was in this situation and some dude, this guy, was outside my house and just won't leave, he's sitting there, I'm gonna yell at him to go, I'm gonna call the police, and then I'm gonna shoot him. I don't care. I will go to jail, but I'm not giving that dude the chance to even come in, right? Like, no. Sorry, I won't shoot him. It'll be in GTA. He will get shot in GTA, okay? But that's that.
After threatening the woman in a stone-cold tone,
See, imagine this. Imagine this guy's like saying all this shit, and then you see him leave, and he goes towards the back, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't lock the back door. You're dead. Shoot him there. Or in GTA, shoot him there.
he's gone. He doesn't even seem scared off. He just leaves. As the man calmly walks away, he continues to talk to himself down the street.
Dude. Anyways, that was top 10 most scariest doorbell camera moments ever recorded. That dude's got to work on the title. Yeah, if you guys want me to react to more videos, I'm currently streaming. That's why you see the games thing right here. I am streaming. I want to start streaming on Twitch more and just playing games and reacting to videos. So if you guys want me to do that, be sure to drop a like, drop a comment of what you want me to react to next, and peace out.